today. We're just gonna jump right into it. Uh, we're gonna talk about basically finding a use for everything. And this is just to just talk more about why I started my channel and to explain the decision behind starting my business and my channel. So it's just something quick I wanted to make. I was about to go to work. The weather looked a little dark outside, so I decided, I'm gonna come in and make a video right quick, and then I can get to it and just get it off my mind because I want to do something daily. And as ideas come up, I'm gonna just make videos really quick. This may be one of my shorter videos. It may be, I don't know. Well, I don't know how long it would be. I will try to stay under 10 minutes, um, which is a challenge for me because I can talk for hours. I mean, I have so much knowledge. The key is to just package it up into the little time, and I don't want to really give away the good stuff until until we basically have the visual down pat. I mean, this right here, the darkness, is is done by design. I mean, I just wanted it like this right now. I don't want to go too fancy. I don't need you really focusing on me, my face, or I want you to focus more on the message right now, just to understand a little about me. I mean, I could die today, and I just want you to understand who I am and where I'm coming from. So, and also I'm trying to get a mic. When I bought this little mic here, where I wouldn't have to talk so high pitched, but so I can really get it out there. I mean, I don't want to talk really deep and it's not projecting through the mic. So on the tablet, the computer. So I ordered a new one from Amazon. This one, my tablet is Android, and this is a Windows and a Mac. Of course, didn't read the box, so but a pretty good mic. My kid, my son loved it for his PlayStation. So he's gonna start doing some Twitch with streaming, with streaming and some things for his PlayStation. But just to get back on it, the main focus of the channel is just to show people how easy it is to get into business. I mean, to start a business, and that's the ultimate freedom. I mean, I feel like I'm a free man, and it's not a white or black thing. It's just a freedom thing. Basically, it's a way to get closer to God, and the way to get closer to God is to own your own existence, yourself. I mean, first give yourself a purpose, then just realize that how important you are to the world. I mean, you don't need help. I mean, that's one thing I dislike about the school system, the education system, and all that. They promote help. I mean, they just tell you you can't get to where you need to get to without me. So you need this piece of paper to say you graduated high school. You need this piece of paper to say you graduated college. And then this piece of paper is going to get you in the door of this job. Man, I mean, if you live in fear, then yeah, then that's what you need to do. If you really think, well, I can't do it by myself. It's hard. It's too much work. To really think of all this because the whole what I'm promoting is you thinking for yourself. And if you're saying, well, I can't really do it for myself. I can't really think and figure this whole thing out for myself, then yes, you need that. But I'm here to tell the people who want to be free from that, but not understanding what they're feeling. I mean, they're feeling like this system that you're trying to put me in isn't for me. But I want to think for myself, but I don't know where to start. What I'm telling you, my channel is where to start because everything I talk about is you thinking for yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and shoot out with scripture after with scripture, basically, so you can say, okay, I don't understand what that is. I mean, because when you start thinking for yourself, the Bible is gonna make more sense to you. I mean, everything in it is gonna make absolute sense. You know, so the whole goal is for you to think for yourself and not have a teacher think for you, a professor think for you, a boss think for you. You're like, no, I mean, I want you to think for yourself. Man, I want you to sit back and say, what can I do to free my mind from what's going on so I can really understand what freedom really means and think for myself because that's the whole goal. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna work really hard to really get you in that mood and that mode, basically that beast mode, to think for yourself, to really go hard at it. And because it's true. I mean, and you learn, and I'm not saying that you can't learn from other people. I'm not saying you can't learn from a teacher, but what you do from life is you take from it. I mean, cause we all know, and a teacher have, told me this, so I learned a lot from a teacher because, I feel like God is speaking through them as well, but if you don't use it, you lose it. That goes for anything. I mean, if you don't like listening to people, God would take your hearing away. I mean, I know a couple of you know of stories of people that say, I'm just not hearing you. I'm just not hearing you. I don't care what you say. And you're arguing with someone and you're in that moment and you're increasing your body energy, which puts you in a certain spot in the universe, and then your hearing just goes away. Their hearing just goes away. Their speech just goes away. I mean, I know you have to really think hard, but that's when you speak that, when you keep saying it, I mean, it will happen. You can speak all of these things into existence. So basically, and it's kind of like the Ray Charles, Charles movie. If you lose it, I mean, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So he didn't use it. He didn't want to use his sight. He didn't want to see what was going on with his brother, so he lost his sight. I mean, I'm saying, I don't know how true it is. I don't know if that really happened. I never heard of any other story like that. But just to give you an example, if you want to go and watch the movie Ray, and it explains that, and I mean, that was a powerful moment when I watched that. I'm like, man, that's deep. I'm like, that's possible. So the key is, so the point I'm making is that let's flip this. So how can we use that notion in business? Here we go. All right. The more, if you're willing to know more, the more you will know, and the more, I mean, your knowledge will increase. Basically, how can I say this in a way? The more you learn, you will learn better about how to learn. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but you will learn, and you will get better at learning, basically. And then you'll get better at learning. And you're like, well, once I get better at learning, and then I get better at what I, you know, like learning, like to the next level. And once I get better at it, is there ever a stopping point? Isn't there a stopping point where I can stop learning? No, because you can keep getting better and getting better and getting better. I mean, it's kind of like just basically your perception of things is going to change the more you increase your mindset. The more you increase the way you learn, the deeper you look into something. I mean, it's like this pen. We had this test in school, which why I say school have good points and its bad points. But we had this test. I would even call it a test, but I don't remember why she did it, but it made sense in art. But she saw the ball in the middle of the table and say just write down what you see. And depending on how you look at that ball, and we all and we also had to draw what we saw. And depending on how you look at that ball, so just for video purposes, and we're gonna cut it short here and just I may bring more back, talk to you later about other things. You will draw based on your perception of that ball. For example, I mean, if you're a simple-minded person, sorry, but if you're a simple-minded person, you're gonna be like, look, I see a ball. That's what I see, right? All right. But now, if you're a person that say, man, I love light. Light exists. I see this ball, but I see that light do exist on this ball. So light has to leave a shadow. So in this picture, I don't see light on this ball I just drew. So the way I can see light is to add shadow. So I see shadow, which let me know that the light is coming from the top of the ball, shining to the bottom. So you got a ball, and now you have light shining on the ball. But then someone else will go a little deeper and say, hey man, when I see light, I see, it should be a shadow on the ball, a dark side of the ball, but then it should be a shadow to show that the ball is just not floating in the air. I mean, it's on the table, so it's gonna be a shadow on the table. So let's do the shadow on the table, cause that's what I see. That's my perception, and these are different perceptions. And this guy like, yo, this is what I see. I see the shadow and everything. Then someone else is like, well, how big is that table? I mean, it's a very big table. The ball, it's a lot at play here, a lot at play. So, so they're thinking, hey, let's show. I got to see how big the table is or what position of the table the ball is on, so I can really get a great idea of what's going on with this ball here. It'll tell me a lot. So here we go. Then hey, there you go. You got the table and the legs. Well, you can do more legs if you want. Like I said, take it as far as you want. So there you go. So now you got a ball on the table and legs. That's a little off, but we're gonna do it real quick. But so it all depends on how you look at it, and I learned a lot from this. I don't know what you call it, exercise, I guess, because I just remember the facts. I don't remember all the details. I don't even remember the teacher name. So that's my mind. Man, my mind just take the information that I know is gonna grow in life. It's gonna grow me in life. We're gonna help me understand people, and that's why I decided to start this channel because my mind, I feel like God is just speaking through me and showing me things that will help bring us out of this hell that we're in. We're all sad. We're sitting here just begging for a job, begging for opportunity. And I'm like, look, the opportunity is in you. Just let me help you get that opportunity out of you. So understand that when you're talking to your friends and you're talking about starting a business, they may just see, they may just see just a circle. They may see just a circle. That's all they may see. So you say I'm gonna start a business, their mind is in circle. When you say you're gonna start a business, you're thinking full details. You got all the details. They can't see this. This is what God is showing you. So don't get mad at them, but they can't see this right here. They can't see it. I mean, and then of course you're gonna go even farther with it. I mean, you're gonna go even much farther, but you can't get mad at them for not seeing this. All right. So understand that learning, and this ties all into learning because that's the key. I want you to learn this. Learn about this type of thinking. Because a lot of us in business we get lost to thinking that, man, I'm gonna show everybody this or tell everybody this or just just go and just let them know my dream and they gonna all see it. No. Mm-mm. Wherever they're at in their life, your parents, your friends, your best friend, your wife, your kids, no matter. Even your dog is saying, look, dude, I just want the bone. What are you talking about? I came here to get a bone and you start talking about this great business about how to make bones. Look, can I get my bone and get going? Because his mindset is on his bone. Your mom mindset is on her boss and all she have to do. Your dad mindset is just getting the bills paid. Your sister and brother mindset is on their video games. Your best friend mindset is on, look, I just came here just to smoke. I just came here just to chill. I mean, I just came here to talk about girls. So just know that this, to starting a business, it's a lot of learning, but it's gonna be a lot of loneliness. And that just spills over into the next video, but it's gonna be a lot of loneliness. I mean, loneliness, but that's not a bad thing. You can look at it as being lonely. I look at it as freedom. I mean, dealing with people, talking to people, you know, um, I think it's overrated. I mean, I think we should just back up and do it just Focus on you. I mean, because when you create, and I've been creating since high school. When you create something great, people will be attracted to you. They will come to you, and you will have more admirers than you would like to have. So you're gonna get people, friends, basically. You can call them friends. That's gonna love what you do. But see, just don't get too attached because what you do is gonna have some ups and some downs. So they're gonna be in and out. But don't blame them, cause just see it. I mean, you're gonna learn. You're gonna get to the point of knowledge. Like you're gonna learn so much that your knowledge is gonna be so great that you're gonna start seeing into the future, and that's where I want this to get to. I mean, I want you to be so smart to be able to see into the future. And I know you're saying, well, how is that even possible? Well, I mean, through God, anything is possible. That's what you have to find out. I mean, I get these with scriptures going forward, but through God, all things are possible. You can move mountains. I really do believe you can move mountains with your mind through God. If you put them in your heart wholeheartedly, you can move anything. I mean, you know, don't have me to get really deep into it, man, like the Matrix. I mean, you really get deep into it when you watch the Matrix and you understand how Neo could dodge bullets. I mean, it's just the world is telling you these things are not possible. Meaning, okay, I mean, let me get deep right quick. Look, I mean, what makes you think that you can't fly? I mean, because you've been told that your whole life. You've been told that look, you can't fly. You a man. I mean, you a person. You are a human being. You can't fly. Man, I mean, so with that being said, you know, okay, let's just stick this in it first, so you can better understand where I'm going with this. The Matrix is one way of looking at it, but I mean, here's a spiritual way that a story that a lot of you may know about. Okay, so when Jesus asked Peter to to come to him when he's walking on the water, and he step out onto the water, and he immediately start to sink. I mean, he doubted. He immediately, started to sink. But the question is, why did he sink? Why did he start to sink? Because he doubted. He's like, why did you doubt? Because he was like, you can do it. I mean, but someone told you that you couldn't do it, so you doubt just a millimeter, just a point point one. I mean, well, you can't do another point at the point at a distance, but 0.1 millisecond. You pretty much doubt it. You just take that much doubt to make you sink. Just that much. You don't need a lot of doubt. So you're gonna walk, like halfway, and then or whatever, and then you just really down that you can do it. No, just a little doubt. So let's move back to the flying. I mean, cause when you jump off a roof and you like, Don, God told me I can fly, but I can't fly, man. It makes no sense. A man can't fly. That little doubt is gonna make you fall. And I don't think no one. I know you're saying, well, is there anyone who don't doubt that can fly? Man, I don't know of one, because we're so brainwashed, really. And I hate to use that word because that word triggers your mind to think craziness and this and that. But we're so brainwashed to the point where, man, we're all hit. We're all hit because of television or whatever. But we're all taught early that look, your goal is to walk. Make little Johnny walk. Make him walk. Make him walk. That's your goal. I mean, that's all he hears. That's all they hear. The kids. He and she. I mean, we want to sing no one out. But that all they hear is that they can walk. Man, they can walk, walk, walk. So they don't think they can do anything else. So that's why when you watch the Matrix, getting back to the Matrix, the guy, I forgot his name. He's showing Neo that you can dodge bullets. I mean, yeah, you may not think you can because of what the world told you, but if you open your mind, you can do anything within the Matrix. You can do anything you put your mind to. You can even fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, who said you can't fly? Well, we can't fly. Says who? I mean, you're God. I mean, we're all God. We can do anything. We just been taught that we can't. See, and that's what we got to get back to. So knowledge will change that. The more knowledge you get, you're gonna getting back to the knowledge part, you're gonna be able to see through walls and see into the future. I know you're saying, well, again, you're still thinking that's not possible. I mean, but okay, let me let's let's simplify. Cause there are different levels of looking into the future. I mean, like I said, there's the beginning level. The more you do something, the more it increases. So let's start small and saying, okay, me looking into the future is like knowing that it's 4 o'clock and knowing that my wife's gonna pick up the kids at 4. It's a 10-minute drive home. So it's safe to say it's safe to say basically that she would be here at she would be in the house, and my house would be very noisy at 4:15. So 4:15 she should be, because I know that she don't have to stop anywhere because she made it clear. I know the car is operating great. It shouldn't have any problems. I know the weather is clear, and I know statistically, we haven't had any issues in the last 5 years to indicate that there should be any problem from her getting from there to here. So it's safe to make that assumption. You can call that an assumption, but it's safe to make that prediction that she will be here at 4:15. And I know how my kids are when they get in the house, that they're going to be loud and make noise and asking me questions, daddy, going all through the house, and she's going to come here and ask me, what do I want to eat? That's looking into the future. Why? Because of all these factors, because of information that I know. All this information is helping me make that prediction, which is looking into the future. I ain't saying, dude, like, that ain't the same thing. I mean, why not? It's on a smaller scale, but the more I do that, the more I trust myself to do that, to make them predictions, the higher that prediction is gonna get. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Cause the reason I got to that prediction that they would be here at 4:15, and when it finally happened, I'm looking at my clock and like, right on time. I'm actually good at this, so I'm gonna get better at that, and better, and better. See, so that's the key. Is to keep getting better at something, even thinking into the future. But the key is trusting yourself, having faith in what you do. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Cause when they use the word can't, I mean, woo, boy, I tell you, look, man, it's so much. You gotta look up videos on the speech, on vocabulary, on why words are here. I mean, they're spells. Your spelling is a spell, man. I don't want to get too deep right now into that, but look, can is a word that should not be in your vocabulary. You have no reason to use the word can't. No reason. Unless somebody asks you what is that word, and you say, okay, that word is can't. But other than that, if you're talking to people, I can't do this, you can't do that. See, you're already putting spells on yourself. Because even if you're telling them they can't do it, then then in your subconscious you're saying, okay, it can't be done, so I can't do it myself. I mean, it goes really deep. So you have to stay away from those words. When your spirit hear those words being used, it will react in a positive or negative way. Negative words, negative way. So that's so like I said, that goes back to, so let's get back on track to believing in yourself, having faith, and just keep increasing, and the more you use it, the better it gets. So let's just trust in ourselves and trust in our thoughts, and like I said, have a real reason to do something. Don't just go out there and say, well, I'm right about this, I'm right about that. No, you have to test the theories, and you have to put God first. Main thing, put God first, because this is not a race thing, and that's the one thing that we're going to touch on going forward really heavily. But it's not a race thing. I mean, this is a God thing. I mean, God controls it all. I mean, He controls everything, and He allow you to be as dumb as you want to be, or to be as smart as you want. And I, for one, believe that the true blessing in life is knowledge. Knowledge is the true blessing. So, with that being said, you know, get all the knowledge you can get. It's just so much. I mean, just when I think about it, it's just so many ways to put this. But just don't stop thinking. Just understand that that's the true blessing in life, not money. I mean, I know that cause and it's just such a blessing because I know we all have a mind, but we're taught that we don't, and we're gonna get into that later about the mind because the mind is the most important, man, the most important engine. I mean, it's an engine, man. It just, woo, boy, we're gonna get into the whole mind topic, going forward. And but I'm gonna just cut this short right now. But let me make a note about this because we're gonna talk about the mind. I'm gonna make sure that I hit y'all back. Mind talk, okay. Talk mind. Okay, we're gonna get this, but like I said, just study it. The more you know, the more you grow. Knowledge is power. Don't let no one tell you it's not. That's why Google want to know what all you're searching. That's why the Walmart I want you to use, well, everyone wants you to use debit cards because they can track what you're buying. I mean, that's why information is king. That's why every game you play say, is it okay to look through your photos? Can I look through your library? Can I get this information from you? Can I get your contact list? I mean, that knowledge, man. I mean, all they want to do is know about you because they know that you're not protecting the one thing that will help them control you, control your thoughts. I mean, they can keep you going in a direction. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you have to see it, but you have to really think about it, man. But it's just so much. But they're trying so hard to control you because they know that this is an engine that you don't care about, that you don't think about. And you allow people to just pull your strings, pull you left, pull you right, pull you left, pull you right. I mean, and you don't even notice it. You think it's something you're doing. And then they send you a message when you start thinking about it. Like, are they pulling me? You are in control. You chose to get this Whopper. You chose to get this big screen TV. I didn't force it on you. I mean, I didn't do any research to see what kind of colors you like, what kind of colors would turn on a certain type of person, and then put that color in this video, in this advertisement. No, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. You chose that TV. So I mean, it's just so deep, and just to touch down, and just really quick on the mind. I mean, I feel like if school was really beneficial, I think the one thing they will offer is basically a class or whatever you want to call it, a breakdown of the mind. I mean, a psychological breakdown or whatever you want. I guess that's the right word. I mean, I'm thinking really quick because I gotta go to work. But a breakdown of the mind to help people understand who they are and to help people understand this engine. Because I have to be real with you. From what I see, and I can only speak on two levels, on the black and on the white level. White people put more thought into their minds than black people. See, black people treat their bodies and minds like they treat their cars. I mean, straight up, man. I mean, you don't give a damn about the engine as long as you're running. You like, okay, the engine running. Now I'm finna put a a candy coated paint job on the outside, put some rims on it, wax it up, and maybe, the seats if the window is clear. If not, I'm gonna darken the windows up so they can't see into the inside. Meaning the tint right here. You don't want people to see inside the soul, so you put the shades on, but you gonna polish all this up. But that engine, you did nothing up there, man. I mean, you just beautiful, straight beautiful. I mean, head to toe. I look at you, I'm like, wow, you know. But even the guys, I'm like, wow, okay, dude. I'm pretty sure all the women's after you. But can you change the tire? I mean, but do you understand that we're still in modern day slavery and that you're hurting your people with what you're doing in life more than helping them? Do you understand that you're turning your little son into a little girl, basically? I mean, you're making him very soft by basically not being the man that he needs you to be mentally. Meaning when he have issues, you're sending him somewhere else, and I gotta go here to let this man tell you what's wrong with you. I gotta go here and let this doctor tell you what's wrong with you, because I can't Google it myself. I gotta go here and let this person tell me what's wrong with you. I mean, I'm telling you, man, these kids are very smart, and they're gonna look at you and be like, "So, why are you here? Why do I need to respect you? I mean, you say you're my daddy, but every time I have an issue, you sending me to another man, to another person. So, what's the point of respecting you? Because I can make money and pay bills just like you do, and that's all you do. Last time I checked, they're gonna hire me once I turn 18 the same way they hired you, or whatever, whatever job. So the point I'm making is, man, look, with men, we need to wake up and get control of this. If you can control this, I promise you, life will be so much greater, so much greater. So we're gonna talk more about the mind later, but like I said, black people, we need to do better about this. There's an engine up there. Get control of it. Don't let them control you with all this bull crap. Black Friday, this and that, Christmas. I mean, come on, man. Let's look at the numbers and understand really what's going on. You know, I mean, there's no such thing as white supremacy and all this bull crap, racism. I mean, if you still a Democrat, man, dude, you know your mind gone. I mean, I'm not saying I'm conservative. I mean, like a conservative or anything, but my values line up more with them than the Democrat. So, but come on. So, the point I'm saying is just think hard. The key of this message right here is to think. Because I want you to really think about what we're doing and what you're doing and how great you are. So with that being said, I'm going to end right here and say, young men, older men, whoever listening to this message, we're going to say, just think. I just want you to think. And the more you think, the deeper you're going to get. And you won't just see a circle. You will see the bigger picture. All right? So, again, have a blessed day. And I will talk to you all later.